Most people think letting go is loud. They imagine arguments, tears, slammed doors, and final goodbyes. But real letting go is quiet. So quiet that most people don't even notice when it happens. She didn't wake up one day and decide to leave. There was no countdown, no warning sign. It happened slowly, in moments so small they felt harmless at first. It started when her words were heard, but not felt. When her effort was noticed, but not valued. When explaining herself became a habit instead of a conversation. At first, she tried harder. She chose patience over pride, silence over confrontation, understanding over being understood. Because when you care deeply, you convince yourself that trying more will fix what feels broken. But something strange happens when you keep giving without receiving. You don't break, you don't explode, you get tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, the kind of tired that settles into your chest, the kind that makes you question why you're fighting so hard for someone who isn't fighting at all. She noticed she was always the one reaching out, always the one adjusting, always the one explaining feelings that should have been obvious. And slowly, without announcing it, she began to pull back. Not to punish, not to manipulate, but to breathe. She didn't stop caring overnight. She stopped expecting, and that was the beginning of letting go. Letting go isn't a single decision, it's a series of realizations. The realization that love shouldn't feel like self-abandonment, that peace shouldn't come at the cost of your voice, that explaining your worth over and over again slowly erodes it. She still smiled, she still showed up, but something had changed inside her. She no longer waited for messages, no longer replayed conversations in her head, no longer searched for hidden meanings in silence. Not because it didn't hurt anymore, but because she understood something important. Not everyone who stays is present, and not everyone who leaves is gone. Sometimes people remain in your life long after they've emotionally checked out. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop chasing clarity from confusion. She realized that closure doesn't always come as an answer. Sometimes it comes as acceptance. Acceptance that you may never be understood the way you understood them. Acceptance that effort doesn't guarantee appreciation. Acceptance that walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means you listened to the part of yourself that was growing quieter every day. She began choosing rest over reaction, distance over drama, peace over proof. And with every choice, the attachment loosened its grip. She wasn't becoming cold, she was becoming clear. Here's the truth most people don't talk about. Letting go doesn't always mean walking away physically. Sometimes it means staying, but differently. She still cared, just not in a way that cost her self-respect. She stopped over-explaining, stopped over-giving, stopped shrinking herself to keep the connection alive. Because real connection doesn't require self-sacrifice. It requires mutual effort. She learned that people will meet you only as deeply as they've met themselves, and no amount of love can pull someone where they refuse to go. So she released the responsibility of being understood by someone who wasn't listening. She stopped waiting for the version of them that existed only in her hopes. And that's when something unexpected happened. The heaviness lifted, the anxiety softened, the constant need to fix disappeared. Not because everything was resolved, but because she was. Letting go gave her space, and in that space, she met herself again. Not the version trying to be enough, but the version that already was. People assume letting go creates emptiness, but what it actually creates is room. Room for honesty, room for calm, room for relationships that don't feel like negotiations. She didn't lose herself by letting go, she found herself. She learned that silence doesn't always mean loss. Sometimes it means growth. Sometimes it means boundaries. Sometimes it means choosing yourself quietly. And the most powerful part? She didn't need revenge. She didn't need closure delivered in words. She didn't need an apology to move forward, because peace became her answer. Not everything that ends is broken. Not everyone who lets go is giving up. Some people are simply done fighting battles they never started. She didn't leave. She let go. And that changed everything.